everyone, my name is Heather Dorothy. I have been living in South Korea for more than 3 years now. I am currently doing YouTube here in South Korea, and at the same time, I'm studying Korean. I am here with my family.
Hi guys, I'm Choi. I'm Yan, and we've been living here in Korea for about 2 years. 3 years. And we're studying Korean language here in Korea. So we're basically students.
Hi, my name is Crazy Ivor.
My name is Becky Negi.
And we are from Bex
Manon.
We are living here in South Korea
For around 6 years.
Hi guys, my name is Weekend Santa, and I've been living here in South Korea for almost 10 years already.
Hi, I'm Janine, and I'm currently a graduate student here in South Korea. I just finished my master's this February, and now I've started my PhD this March. Been living in South Korea for almost 5 years now. The first time I went here was on 2014 as an exchange student in Korea University for a semester, and then I went back on 2018 for the Korean Language Institute and then straight for master's.
Why did you move to South Korea?
It wasn't my decision, but I love it. It was my mom's, so she asked me to come to Korea to visit for 2 months, and so I came. I resigned from my job back in the Philippines. I came here thinking that I will just stay here for 2 months, but I ended up living for more than 3 years now.
We basically decided to move here to South Korea to be with our parents because our mom married a Korean man. So they decided to send us here to be together, to live together. We're planning on going to college pretty soon. That's why we're studying Korean language.
The moment that my parents died, I decided parang pumunta dito sa South Korea to work because I don't have any choice but to survive. Parang I need to work for myself. I need to prove something in the society that kahit na bakla ko, I can still manage tumayo sa sarili kong pa without my parents.
Ako din, I decided to work here not just for myself but for my family. Ako lang yung inaasahan nila, and dahil sa sobrang suporta na natanggap ko kahit na part ako ng LGBT, ganon din po yung suporta ang gusto ko ibigay sa family ko, especially financially.
Palapakan natin!
I just decided to move here in South Korea for work to help my family. Maybe stop that. It's okay.
The first time was because in high school, I was really into Korean variety shows and then K-pop. It was around 2008. K-pop wasn't really that famous compared to how it was now. Walang nakakagets why I liked Korea.
Are you
K-pop stan?
right?
So I became friends with international students. They were all Korean, and then they taught me how to speak Korean and their culture. That's why for college, I said I really have to go. After being in Korea for a semester, 6 months, it just feels like I've found the place for me.
What were your biggest culture shocks upon moving to South Korea?
First, the Pali culture. Everything moves so fast in here, which is really good. Here in Korea, when you go to office and you wanted to process a legal document, I finished my passport to renew my passport for 30 minutes. When I renewed my passport before back in the Philippines, it took me quite some time to finish processing that. And also the internet is fast, the delivery is fast, everything is just fast. Next culture shock would be Jimjilbang. It's not just a sauna room that we have in the Philippines. Here there's a building. You can eat there, you can sleep there, you can stay there as long as you want, and it's a very warm place, but there's also an icy cool place which you can choose. But the shocking thing in this place is that you need to get naked. Literally wear nothing when you go to the shower with a lot of people and you don't know them. That's a big culture shock to me.
We first came here 2017. Yeah, but that's just for vacation. And I remember we went to a shopping mall, grocery store. And then after namin mag-grocery, yung mga pinamili namin guys, kami mismo yung naglagay sa bag, which is very unusual. Because sa Philippines, meron someone or staff na tutulong sa'yo para ilagay yung mga groceries, mga pinamili sa bag. Here in Korea, hindi ganun. Kasi walang tutulong sa'yo. you have to bring your own bag kasi may bayad yung plastic. Sa mga restaurants, fast food chains. Here, after mong kumain, ikaw mismo yung maglalagay or magliligpit ng mga pinagkainan.
Parang Claygo. Parang Claygo siya. Clean as you go. So, hindi lang sa school, ina-apply yung Claygo. Sa Korea din.
Para sa akin siguro yung nakikita ko sila na they are putting on makeup even sa public places. Nasa bus kayo, nasa subway kayo, naglalagay sila ng makeup. Maybe dahil na sila sa work, gahol na, and may curlers pa nga sila dito eh.
Battery yun. Nalubat sila sa gabi. Biggest culture shock ko siguro pag yung nag-iwan ka ng gamit mo sa mga public places na kahit nawala mo, parang bumabalik pa. Unlike sa Philippines, hindi ko naman nilalahat pero pag sa Philippines talaga, parang 80 to 90% hindi na mababalik yung gamit mo. Ganun, di ba? Dito kasi, based on my experience, 10 times ako nawala ng wallet, pero 10 times din bumalik yung wallet ko sa akin. Mismo pa sila na magsisend sa company.
When you're drinking in South Korea, especially when you're drinking with a guy that's like 2 years or 3 years older than you, you have to bow down on the side and to drink like this. If you're drinking with someone like this, it's so disrespectful for them. So if you drink with them, you have to go on the side, especially if they're older than you.
Specifically in Seoul, people are kinda cold compared to the Philippines. Pag maglalakad ka lang, diba, like, people would just smile at you. Even strangers, they would just smile at you or ganun lang. Pero, if you do that in Korea, it would be seen in a weird way. It's not really their kind of thing. Lalo na in the streets, like, if you do that, they would think like you're part of a cult. Parang ganun. Lalo pa sa subway. Like, if you look around you in the subway here in Korea, literally everyone are on their phones. Like, they would just be ganun lang sila. Next would be going out culture. When you go out with friends, they have this 1차, 2차, 3차, 4차.
Hello, my name is Chanu. Nice to meet you.
So, which is like first round, second round, third round, fourth round. Typically, when you go out with friends here, you would go for dinner first, which is the first round, and then you go for dessert or cafe, which is like the second round, and then you go for drinks, third round, and then fourth round would be norebang, and then the fifth round you would probably drink again, and then the sixth round would be for hejang, for hangover in McDonald's or anywhere else.
As a Filipino, how are you treated by the South Korean locals? Did you experience any racism?
Most of the time, they've been really nice to me. When I first got here, I don't speak any of the language. Prior to me coming to Korea, the only thing I know was the voiceover flower K-drama, which is very famous back in the Philippines. Of course, I had to learn a lot, and so I adjusted because I am the one who came to this country. They've been really nice to me. There's like times when I am waiting at the bus stop and they would compliment me like, your eyes are really big, your skin is really There are also times when I would ride a bus and then there was this ajuma and then she just suddenly grabbed me by my shoulders. The only thing that I kept hearing is yepuda yepuda, and I missed my stop because she doesn't want to let go. I think they are being too much when it comes to giving compliments, especially the older people. Did you experience any racism? This is a very, very sensitive topic nowadays. Racism exists in every part of the world. There's a lot of Asian hate, Black Lives Matter. We all can relate to this. There's racism everywhere. As a Southeast Asian person living in South Korea, there was one time I went to this language exchange program. English-speaking people and Korean-speaking people would go meet and then exchange language. There's this one girl who's very vibrant and she really likes talking to me. She's asking me lots of questions and complimenting me a lot. And then the group has to officially start and then we have to introduce ourselves. When my turn came and I said, hello, my name is Holly Dorothy and I am from the Philippines, I proudly said. After that, this person who came to me vibrantly suddenly lost interest in talking to me and exchanging language.
Ganda mo ba't hindi kita kilala? Galing ako
Philippines.
Ano?
She went to other English speakers who's mainly from America, Canada. It wasn't directly racism, but it hurt my feelings. We could also talk about stereotypes here in South Korea about Filipinos. So whenever I ride a cab, most of the cab drivers would ask me lots of questions. How long have you been living in South Korea? Where are you from? And then whenever I say that I'm from the Philippines, I would usually get this reaction. What? No, you don't look like from the Philippines. And I would say, why? And then they would say, Filipinos have darker skin. I would just laugh it off.
Okay.
And then another question would be, are you married?
Huh?
No, I am single. And I know the reason why they're asking me about this one. It's because of the stereotype that they know that most Filipinos that comes to Korea are those that are married to old Korean men. For my generation, they're normal. It's okay. They're really nice. So they're treating me really well.
Personally, we haven't experienced any type of racism. Sobrang bait nila, wala kayong masabi. We haven't really experienced any type of racism here. Yet. Yeah. Maybe soon, I don't know.
Not today. Maybe next time.
Kasi mas open-minded yung mga tao ngayon. Especially sa multicultural families like us. Wala, welcoming lang sila sa mga foreign. And because teenagers really wants to be friends with foreigners because they want to learn English.
As long as din makaalam ka dun sa lengguwahe nila, the more respect you will be gaining from them.
Nagmo-move tayo forward.
And 3 steps back.
So, as time goes by, so nagbabago yung tao, nagbabago rin yung pananaw ng bawat isa. Yung racism talaga, hindi talaga namawala yan lahat sa buong mundo, kahit sa ang lupalop ng mundo, meron talaga. But the way how we handle it, parang nagiging better na siya ngayon.
In my long stay here in South Korea, I actually didn't experience any racism. All of the South Koreans that I met here, they're all nice. Mababait silang lahat. As far as I remember, I did not remember any racism.
I have a lot of Korean friends. So most of my friends here in Korea are Korean because I'm in the Korean track. My classmates are all Korean. I don't think I've really experienced racism directly. I mean, I've heard from other people, but not for me. What I can say about this matter is there is really a change or improvement, I guess, because the first time I was here, like in 2014, talagang the ajushis or the ajumas would look at you on the subway because there weren't a lot of foreigners or international students in Korea yet at that time. But then now, like almost everywhere you could see foreigners. So parang I guess Korea or the Korean people have become more open-minded and more accepting to foreigners. I think also they have this hierarchy. You would really see the difference on how they look up on American people more, but then less on Southeast Asian people like us, mostly on the news or articles or the comments also, but I don't think I've really experienced that directly.
What would your message be to Filipinos who would like to move to South Korea?
I think it's very important for you to be open-minded. You have to be also respectful of the culture because you're stepping into another country. Just enjoy everything. And also when you visit South Korea, please do remember that the things that you see on K-dramas doesn't always mean that it's the reality. Always be cautious of that. When you come to South Korea, I really hope that you would have a great time. If you want to know about South Korea, I do vlogs about that, advertising myself. And I really hope that one day you would come here because I know that a lot of Filipinos really love to visit South Korea.
You just have to know the difference between K-drama and real life. Yeah. Because it has a big difference talaga. Korea is Korea, nothing really like special. Parang Philippines lang ganun. Like may mga places na maganda and not. Don't expect too much. Yeah, that's it. Ay, hindi ka masaktan. Don't expect too much. Be prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. Tama ng mga pambilihan dito, right? And walang opa-opa dito, guys. Wala akong nakikitang ganun dito.
Siyempre, first, prepare yourself talaga kasi ibang-iba yung culture ng Pilipinas sa Korea. Pero, wag kayong masyadong magpaniwala sa mga K-drama na napapanood nyo kasi hindi yun yung real eh. Kung kayo mismo yung makaka-experience dito.
Because you would experience it if you wanted to experience it.
Ibang-iba yung sa K-drama na pinapalabas nila kaysa yung mga nangyayaring true setup dito sa South Korea mismo.
I just want to add na if you really want to live your life easier and more comfortable dito sa Korea, better din na learn the language by heart. Hindi lang dahil gusto mong pumasa, but because you wanted to live here more comfortable.
You gotta have a lot of money. That's number one.
Sinuseldohan ka?
Hindi po.
Oh my God, so paano ka nabuhay nung time na yun?
If you're not moving here for good or if you're just gonna work here, medyo mahal yung mga bilihin dito. Kaya kailangan talaga is number one is pera. Kung may pera ka, bibili mo lahat yung mga gusto mo dito and may enjoy mo naman lahat ng views, ng lahat na nakikita mo sa Korean drama. You can live with freedom here.
I think the most important thing is to really improve your Korean language skills. Specifically, if you want to gain Korean friends, I get that question a lot. You have to understand them and be able to talk to them in order to to be friends with them because Koreans also tend to be scared of foreigners, not because of our face or like our appearance, but because they're kind of scared with speaking English.
How many people were scared? Me too. I was really scared.
That's why like they won't approach you first. And also, if you know Korean, like you could get to look at all the job or scholarship opportunities that's open for foreign students because even if there are a lot of opportunities, hindi talaga siya na translate to English. So like you really have to look for it yourself.
Can you speak Korean yet? If you can, please give us a sample.
안녕하세요 여러분. 제 이름은 할로도로시입니다. 25살입니다. 네, 취미는 영상하고 사진 찍고 많이 좋아해요. 저는 아직 한국어 아직 잘 못해요. 근데 항상 연습하고 있어요. 나는 지금 많이 부끄러워요. 진짜 갑자기 부끄러워요. 사실은 진짜 나는 더 연습 필요해요. 감사합니다.
안녕하세요. 저는 필리핀에서 온 22살 프란실이라고 합니다.
저는 예나라고 합니다. 22살. 우리는 한국에 온 지 얼마 안 돼서 한국말로 아직 못해요. 네.
그리고 한국말은 너무 어려워가지고 그랬어요.
네. 할 말이 없어. 그냥 이 비디오를 좋아하면 좋아요와 구독을 눌러주세요.
안녕하십니까. 저는 율리입니다. 반갑습니다.
안녕하세요. 필리핀에서 온 24살, 한국 나이로 26살 제닌이라고 합니다. 한국에 온 지 5년 됐고 연세대학교에서 올해 2월에 석사 과정 졸업했고 이번에는 박사 과정 시작했어요. 한국에서 살고 싶은 필리핀 사람들한테 한국어 열심히 배우면 충분히 할 수 있다고 생각해요. 그래서 앞으로도 파이팅 하시고 다들 응원합니다.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 준입니다. 만나서 반갑습니다.
아까 얘기했지만 그냥 여기 한국에 6년 동안 살고 있지만 지금도 한국말 많이 배우고 있는데 또 열심히 공부하고 있어요. 그래서 여기 일하고 싶으면 그냥 공부해라. 우리는 할 수 있어.
화이팅!
Anong ibig sabihin na sinabi mo?
Hindi ko nga din po alam.
Nabasa mo lang din.
Ayun.